2019, a single image was uploaded to the internet. No monster, no blood, no screaming, just a room. A yellow room, endless, empty, with flickering fluorescent lights humming overhead and a damp, stained carpet stretching on forever in every direction. The caption beneath it read, "If you're not careful and you no clip out of reality in the wrong areas, you'll end up in the backrooms, where it's nothing but the stink of old moist carpet, the madness of mono yellow, and approximately 600 million square miles of randomly generated empty rooms to be trapped in." People laughed. They called it a joke, a meme. But then, the stories started coming in. Hundreds of them, then thousands. People from different countries, different languages, people who had never met each other and had no reason to lie. All describing the same place, same yellow walls, same buzzing lights, same smell, same crushing, suffocating silence. And some of them stopped writing mid-sentence. What you are about to hear is not fiction. It started with a photograph, a single grainy photo posted anonymously on 4chan in 2019. No context. No explanation, just a yellow room that seemed to go on forever. The image triggered something deep and primal in people, something that went beyond logic or reason, something that felt like a memory, even though no one had ever been there. Psychologists have a word for this feeling. They call it liminal unease. It's the sensation you get when you're in a place that exists between states. A hotel corridor at 3 a.m., an empty mall after closing, a parking garage with no exit signs. These places make your brain uncomfortable because they violate a fundamental rule of human architecture. Every space should have a purpose, a reason to exist, a way in and a way out. The Backrooms has none of those things. It's just space, infinite, purposeless, humming space. The original post spread like wildfire across Reddit, Twitter, and Tumblr. Writers and creators began building entire fictional universes around this one photograph. Different levels, different creatures, different rules for survival. But here's what makes the Backrooms truly terrifying. It wasn't the lore that people connected with. It was the recognition. Over and over again, people would comment, "I've been here. I've dreamed about this place. I know this place." Not, "This is cool." Not, "This is creative. I know this place." In 2022, a 16-year-old boy named Kane Parsons uploaded a video to YouTube. He didn't announce it. He didn't promote it. He just uploaded a short, found footage clip shot on a shaky camera. It showed him walking through a backroom-style corridor. Yellow walls, fluorescent lights, low camera angle, no music, no narration, just footsteps, just that endless hum, just the feeling of something being terribly, deeply wrong. The video went viral overnight. Within weeks, it had millions of views. Comments poured in from people saying they had to stop watching because their heart rate spiked too high. Parents wrote in saying their children couldn't sleep after watching it. Grown adults admitted they had to turn the lights on in their room. Kane kept making videos, each one more unsettling than the last. Each one building a mythology around this place. Creatures that lived in the deeper levels, sounds that didn't belong to anything human, rules you had to follow if you wanted any chance of finding your way back. By the time he was 18, his series had amassed over 200 million views. And then A24 came calling. The same studio that made Hereditary, the same studio that made Midsummer, the same studio that changed what horror movies were allowed to be. They sat down with Kane, a teenager who shot videos in his childhood home, and handed him a film deal because they understood what millions of viewers already knew. The Backrooms wasn't scary because of its monsters. It was scary because it felt real. This is where the story gets complicated and disturbing. Because scattered throughout the years of online mythology, buried beneath the fan fiction and the creative lore and the YouTube videos, there are accounts that don't read like fiction. They read like testimonies. A woman in Ohio wrote that when she was 7 years old, she got separated from her parents in a shopping mall. She wandered for what felt like hours, but security footage later showed she was only gone for 4 minutes. In those 4 minutes, she found herself in a part of the mall that didn't match any floor plan. The walls were yellow, the carpet was wet, the lights buzzed. When she was found, she was sitting in the center of an empty corridor she had never entered, rocking back and forth, unable to speak for 2 days. Her parents never reported it because they didn't know how. A construction worker in Japan wrote that while demolishing an old office building, his crew broke through a wall and found a room, a large room, that wasn't on any blueprint, wasn't connected to any electrical grid, had no ventilation and no way of having been built from the outside. The walls were pale yellow. The floor was carpeted in a faded off-white pattern. The fluorescent lights with no visible power source were on. He said the smell hit him before he even looked inside. Moist carpet, stale air that had been sealed for decades. A low electrical hum that he felt more in his chest than heard with his ears. His crew bricked the wall back up that same day. He never filed a report. He quit construction the following week. A college student in Germany wrote that she woke up one night to the sound of buzzing. She was in her bedroom, but her bedroom looked wrong. The walls had shifted to a pale yellow she didn't recognize. The shadows were in the wrong places. The air smelled stale and electric. She sat still for 45 seconds. Then everything snapped back to normal. She saw a therapist. The therapist diagnosed her with an episode of derealization, a dissociative state where the mind temporarily loses its sense of reality. But then the therapist asked her a strange question. She asked, "When you were in that state, was there a humming sound, and did the walls look yellow?" The student said yes. The therapist paused for a long moment. Then she said, "You're not the first person to describe that to me this year. Neuroscientists and psychologists have studied liminal spaces extensively in recent years. The Backrooms and the almost universal human reaction to it, has become a legitimate subject of academic interest. The leading theory is that these kinds of spaces trigger what researchers call the uncanny valley of architecture. Just as we feel deeply unsettled by faces that are almost human, but slightly wrong, we feel the same way about spaces that are almost familiar. But something is missing. The wrong lighting, the wrong proportions, the absence of other humans, the absence of purpose. Our brains are wired to find threats in our environment. When we're in an unfamiliar space, our threat detection systems run at maximum capacity. In a normal environment, this system quickly identifies landmarks, exits, other people, sounds that make sense, and it calms down. In the Backrooms, there is nothing to calm it down. The system just keeps running, searching, finding nothing, running again. This is what researchers believe causes the specific, unique horror of the backrooms. Not a monster, not a supernatural entity, just a space that refuses to make sense, feeding an anxiety loop that has no exit. But this still doesn't explain the testimonies. Because if the backrooms is simply a psychological phenomenon, a reaction to liminal architecture, then why do the accounts match so perfectly? Same yellow, same carpet, same hum, same smell. People who have never seen the original fluorescent post. People who had these experiences years before the post even existed. There is a theory. It exists in various forms across multiple cultures, and versions of it appear in physics, philosophy, and some of the stranger corners of quantum mechanics. The theory goes like this. Reality is not a single solid object. It is a surface, a thin membrane stretched over something else, something vast and structureless and empty. Most of the time, the membrane holds. You walk through a room, you push through a door, you move from one defined space to another. The world makes sense. It has walls and ceilings and floors that end where they should. But sometimes, rarely, randomly, with no warning and no apparent cause, the membrane slips. And for a fraction of a moment, or for 4 minutes in a shopping mall, or for 45 seconds in a college dorm room, you fall through. You end up in the space beneath reality. The negative space, the gaps between the places that were designed to exist, the yellow rooms, the buzzing lights, the carpet that never ends, the back rooms. The membrane always snaps back. That's why the accounts always end with the person finding themselves back in their own world, confused, shaking, unable to fully explain what happened. But here's the part nobody talks about. Not everyone snaps back. There are missing persons cases, dozens of them, maybe more, where the person was last seen in an enclosed public space, a shopping mall, an airport, a parking structure, an office building. They were on camera 1 second, and then they were simply not. No exit, no explanation, no trace, just gone. I'm not telling you the backrooms is real. I'm not telling you that if you walk into the wrong building on the wrong night, you'll slip through the membrane and spend eternity wandering yellow corridors with something following you in the dark. I'm just telling you what the accounts say. I'm just telling you what the patterns show. I'm just telling you that 200 million people watched those videos. And the comment that appeared more than any other, translated from dozens of languages, was not, "This is terrifying." It was, "I've been here." Tonight, before you go to sleep, if you wake up and something about your room feels wrong, if the color of the walls seems slightly off, if there's a hum you can't explain and a smell that doesn't belong there, don't move. Stay completely still. Whatever you do, don't open the door. If this video kept you up, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment below. Have you ever been somewhere where you felt something was wrong? A place that didn't make sense? I read all the comments, and if they disappear, you'll know why.